President Trump is getting ready to deliver the first State of the Union address of his second term. Erica Brown joins us live from Capitol Hill with a look at what we can expect. Quite a big night there, Erica.
That's right, Dick, and President Trump has just departed the White House and is on his way here to Capitol Hill to address a joint session of Congress where he will defend his record and his policies during his second term and also lay out his agenda at a time where polling shows that affordability and the cost of living are still top concerns for most Americans. Now, the president is also expected to frame messaging for Republicans ahead of this year's midterm elections.
The White House says the economy will be a major focus of President Trump's State of the Union address tonight.
He will, of course, lay out a very ambitious agenda, I think, for the working people of this country to make America more affordable and prosperous.
This speech comes days after the Supreme Court struck down one of his key economic policies, sweeping global tariffs, an issue recent polling shows is unpopular with most Americans.
I think the president knows he's in real trouble on the economy. And so I expect him to try to spin a happy story.
It also comes during a partial government shutdown impacting the Department of Homeland Security.
He will call on Democrats in Congress to reopen the Department of Homeland Security. It's despicable.
Republicans on Capitol Hill are looking to the president to make the case for their party to keep control of Congress ahead of November's midterm elections.
Republicans have a far simpler and far superior message for Americans watching at home. We're putting more money back in your pockets.
President Trump is also expected to talk about Iran as he weighs possible military action over its nuclear program.
I think that this is a president that doesn't want war. He wants peace. He's willing to use the military, use strength through peace.
A war in Iran would be an absolute disaster, and Congress needs to do everything we can to stop it from happening.
Virginia's newly elected governor, Abigail Spanberger, is set to deliver the Democratic response.
Now, dozens of Democratic lawmakers are planning to boycott tonight's State of the Union address, with some attending a counter program on the National Mall. Others have invited survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's abuse to be their guests tonight for the president's speech. Dick?
Erica Brown with a very big night on Capitol Hill. Erica, thank you so much.